More and more of us are working from home now. Maybe you have a home business or a specific job situation that requires you to work from home or need to work from home because of the pandemic. And if this lifestyle is new to you, it can be really overwhelming. I am going to be working from home now, and I've done a lot of reading about this. So today I wanted to share with you how I'm going to be modifying my work planner and some ideas for using your planner to kind of bring back the structure into your life while working from home. Why is using a planner important when you're working from home? A planner provides accountability and a written record. You can use it to keep a record of the tasks you've completed. Because you are not working face-to-face with your boss, it's important to kind of prove your value to your company or your employer and show that you have been completing tasks. So I'm going to be writing down all the tasks that I'm completing in my planner so that if my boss asks me, I can know exactly what I've been working on. Also, to make your life easier, you may want to have specifically defined hours that you start work and you stop work each day, because for myself, I find it's very easy to have the line that divides work and home life to kind of get blurred unless I have a set specific time to stop. So I'm going to be setting an alarm that will go off at the hour that I want to stop working, because you don't have cues like you do in your office where you see your colleagues leaving for the day. And it's so easy to just get wrapped up and just keep working hours extra because you don't realize that the workday is already over. Down here, I'm going to be writing the hours that I'm working just to make sure that I'm logging my hours and make sure that I'm working enough hours per week. A planner helps give you guidance. At the end of each day, I'll be transferring over any tasks that didn't get done to the following day, and on Fridays, I'll be planning out the following week. I'm also going to be scheduling in breaks in my planner. So for my job, I get one 30-minute lunch and two 15-minute breaks. And if I don't write that down in my planner, I'm probably not going to take them, especially because I am here by myself working and I will just get caught up in my work. The CDC recommends that you take breaks, get plenty of sleep, exercise, and eat well, and connect with your friends and family members. So in order to have time for that, using a planner and scheduling in that time becomes important. So this is my version of time blocking. At the top, I have my morning scheduled tasks. So for example, I have a meeting from 9 a.m. to 10:30. After that, I have these to-do items. And these are color-coded based upon the clinical trial or project that I'm going to be focusing on during that block of time. So this basically represents from 10:30 a.m. until 5 o'clock when I'm done, all the tasks that I'm going to be working on. And then something else that I'm trying out that's kind of new is scheduling in the times of day that I'm checking my emails, because I'm finding myself, especially lately with everything that's been going on, checking my email like almost every 5-10 minutes, and it's just wasting my time. So I've scheduled in 4 times per day that I check my email, and I check it off in my planner as I go. I'll read the emails and respond to all the emails during that block of time. When I'm planning out the week on the Friday before, I'm going to mostly write tasks down here that don't have to get done on a specific day. And then if I have a situation where I have a little bit of extra time, then I will be pulling from this list for getting an extra task done. So these are kind of like extra credit tasks for me. I'm using the weekend section to kind of track some of my data analysis and break it down into specific tasks. A planner also helps you to establish routines. If you didn't follow routines before, this may be a great opportunity to start. Marty Nemko, a writer and career coach, supports the notion that routines promote a sense of comforting stability throughout your day. He explains that modern life, increasingly defined by unpredictability, can be anxiety-provoking, and routines provide an anchor of predictability. You will probably want to follow routines that are kind of similar to the ones that you were following when you were commuting to work, or just slight modifications, but still want to start your day feeling refreshed. So because my routines have changed, I decided to make a new routine tracker. This is my new routine tracker. I have my new morning routine and my new after work routine. And I'm going to continue using the wet erase markers on here to check it off and then wipe it off at the end of the day. But because these are new routines for me, I want to make sure that they are in my planner so that I remember what they are and I follow them every day. My routine is a little different now because I won't need to pack my lunch or water bottles to bring with me to work, as well as a few other modifications. And because we are a little bit more stressed out than normal during this time, I wanted to provide an option for an essential routine for myself. So I have some of the items on here bolded. So on those days when I'm just not feeling up to it because I'm feeling so stressed out, then I'm only going to require myself to complete the items that are bolded. On the days when I'm feeling okay and I have energy, then I'm going to want to follow all of the tasks written down on the routine. I decided to laminate this and continue to use wet erase markers, but you can also use the Happy Planner pocket pages like I showed in one of my previous videos, and I'll link my routine video in the description down below for you if you want to learn more about that. I'm also going to continue following my weekly routines, specifically picking out what I'll be wearing to work each day on Sunday, and also preparing my lunches for the week, just because I really save a lot of time by doing that all at the same time on Sunday evenings. And it also really helps me to reduce decision fatigue throughout the week because I don't have to worry about trying to figure out what I'm going to be wearing. And I will have video conference calls almost daily, so I still do need to wear kind of more formal wear. And another reason that you may want to get dressed for working from home is because studies show that it can affect the way you feel. A 2015 study published in Social, Psychological, and Personality Science compared cognitive testing ability while participants wore either casual or formal clothing. The authors concluded that wearing formal business attire increased abstract thinking, an important aspect of creativity and long-term strategizing. A 2012 study published in the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology found that when study participants wore a white lab coat, and when that lab coat was described as a doctor's coat, they saw increase in performance on attention-related tasks. So this is, of course, going to be different from person to person, and some people will be just fine wearing jeans, but if what you're wearing to you is symbolic of relaxing weekend wear, then maybe you want to consider wearing something that's just a little bit more formal. When it comes to routines for children, the CDC recommends that children continue to follow their regular routines in order to ease their anxiety during the pandemic. They said that if schools are closed, to create a schedule for learning activities and relaxing or fun activities. In the description, I've linked a resource that has a homeschool schedule for you if you find that the schools in your area are closed and you need to homeschool your child. And I've also included a link to a list of education companies that are offering free subscriptions because schools are closing. So I hope that these resources will be helpful for you if you have children. A planner also helps you to minimize distractions. And minimizing distractions can help you be more productive. A study at the University of California, Irvine, reported that it takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to regain your focus following a distraction. Studies also show that interruptions and distractions not only cause you to take more time to complete a single task, but they also diminish your quality of work. And one of the benefits of using a paper planner versus a digital planner or calendar on your phone is that a paper planner is a lot less distracting. So for myself, because I know that if my phone is distracting to me, I'm just going to be keeping it in a separate room in my house. I'll have the ringer turned to full volume in case someone calls me or texts me. But I don't want to find myself going on apps on my phone, so I'm just gonna keep it in a separate room. I'm also going to be blocking distracting websites on my computer, like Facebook. You may want to not have your television on, and if you have the ability to work in a separate room, you may want to close the door to that room so that the noise isn't distracting you. Another thing that I'm going to do is only have items out on my desk or my workspace that are directly related to work. So if I have a magazine out on my desk, I'm going to feel very tempted to flip through that magazine. But if my desk is clean and organized and I just have my planner and my laptop and maybe a pen, then I will be much more likely to just focus on my work. If you and your spouse are both working from home and you have the option to not work in the same room and you find being in the same room as being distracting, then you may want to work in separate rooms. And I've also included in the description some activities for children that are very quiet, like quiet games or a list of quiet activities that children can do themselves while you are working from home. Another thing that you may want to consider is setting boundaries with family members, and that means explaining to them that even though you are at home, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have more time. So you may want to just talk to them and explain that during these set hours of the day, you would really appreciate it if it could be quiet and there would be a minimal number of interruptions so that you could get your work done. I think that dedicating a place in your home that you will be working at is very important because it will allow you to distinguish between your work life and your home life. At the end of the day, you're going to want to take a break, but if you are taking a break in the same location as the place you work, in your mind, you're not going to be able to separate work from home, and that's going to really increase your stress levels. Having a space dedicated to your job that isn't surrounded by distractions will help you to focus. It also helps you to set boundaries between your work life and your home life for a more balanced lifestyle. Harvard Business Review's Guide to Being More Productive says that unless you are careful to maintain boundaries, you may start to feel like you're always at work and losing a place to come home to. And you probably already know this, but many people suggest not working from your bed. The Division of Sleep Medicine at Harvard Medical School says that working from your bedroom will cause your brain to associate it with work. And if you associate your bedroom with working, that's going to make it more difficult to fall asleep. So hopefully you can try to mimic your environment at your workplace in your home as much as possible. So that means that at work, if you normally have your planner out on your desk, then while you're at home, you'll probably want to do the same so that you can keep on top of all of your tasks. If you are working from, say, a kitchen table, then you could have a tote that you bring out at the beginning of your workday that has all of the office supplies that you're going to need, and then you can put that away at the end of your day.
emptied out my soul. You've heard it all before, honest but I know. Left these years ago, I was young and I'm old, still can't fill the void.
According to a University of Illinois study, taking brief breaks throughout your day can increase your focus. So maybe you can go on a quick walk, or stand up and stretch, or go get a glass of water, etc. Also, it would be a really good idea to separate your work life from your home life. So for example, if you need to work at your kitchen table, then when it's lunchtime, you may want to put your laptop away, put your planner away, and eat lunch and not do work during that time so that you can actually let your mind take a break. And an excellent method for taking quick breaks is called the Pomodoro technique, which I have a video about, and I'll link that in the description below if you want to find out more. But essentially, you're working in these 25-minute bursts, and then you take a quick 5-minute break in between that. I would really recommend just trying out different methods and seeing what works best for you. I've really enjoyed sharing with you what I've learned about this topic through the reading I've been doing, and I hope that this video gave you some ideas for not only easing into this transition, but also boosting your productivity while working from home. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!
What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love?